welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and a look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
And my name is Cassandra. I'm your other host. Hello, Erica Curry.
Hello, how are we?
What?
How are we?
How are you? I we good. And how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I've just been watching a lot of Canada's Drag Race.
Erica, babe, this is a lot of Drag Race.
It's too much, some might say.
I told you and the listeners, I believe, like, when I watch too much Drag Race or when I watch it too many times in a row, like, I kind of become an asshole.
I've become somewhat insufferable.
Like, yeah, because even just behind the curtain, getting ready to start recording, Erica has said the term, I need to get my pussy together. Or like, what is it?
I need to step my pussy up.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I've known you for a lot of years and I've never heard you talk like that until today. So, Canada, my dude? I mean, I've heard of people watching UK. Canada?
Canada feels like the DVD knockoff a little bit. Not to say that there's not great talent there. It feels like the home video version of Drag Race.
Have you've watched all the American seasons at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you do have to move on to Canada.
I got to go to Holland. I got to go to Thailand next. I got to take them all in.
Or you could consume other media.
That, yeah, you know what? Now that you put it out there, that's actually a really good idea. I should consume other media and stop saying I got to step my pussy up when talking about a podcast microphone position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then I was talking about my new office setup.
Why are you trash this week?
I make to-do lists for myself, or sometimes I just vocalize them a lot over and over again. Sometimes annoyingly. Erica, I gotta wash my fucking sheets. I gotta wash my sheets.
Uh-huh.
And I've, I'm an adult, and so I've grown into having not just a comforter, but like a duvet and a duvet cover. And, I have to use the shitty fucking machines that are at my apartment building. So it's like, and I'm on the 3rd fucking floor with no elevator. It is a to-do to wash my linens and my sheets. And so I put it off and I put it off and I put it off. But I need to fucking do it.
Now, do you have multiple sets that you could rotate in while you're waiting to wash?
I have another pair of sheets, but it doesn't match. That is a good idea that maybe I should just get another pair of sheets.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't solve the duvet problem. And also now I'm thinking about storage. But maybe I could get rid of the other sheets that I own that don't match. I don't know. It's fucking stressful because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it even a little bit, but I really, really need to fucking do it. Like, my birthday is coming up. I can't go into my birthday or on a trip because, I'm going to the desert. If you're listening to this, I've already been to the desert. I can't just, you can't go into it with shit sheets.
You can't. You absolutely can't.
I'm trash because I'm sleeping like a college student. A college student with a made bed.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trash?
Well, I have a historic trash. And I one time walked into an audition and then I left barefoot. And I'll tell you why.
Oh boy.
I had an audition for a national commercial for a shoe brand.
Uh-huh.
They're not paying me, so I won't drop their name.
Fuckers.
And I went into the audition and they said, "Can you slate?" And so I said, Erica Curry. I live in Los Angeles. I'm 5'6". And they said, "No, lower." And I said, "Erica Curry, 5'6", Los. And they were like, no, this is for your shoes. We need you to hold the slate with your name by your feet. And so I knew it was for the shoe brand. So I went in wearing the brand of shoes because, you got to dress for the part you want.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, all we want is your shoes to photograph. And so I took them off and had to walk back to my car barefoot in socks, basically, because all they wanted to book was the shoe itself, not me. They didn't give a shit about me. They booked the shoes.
Wait, did you get paid?
I got paid in shoe gift cards.
Oh, wait. If they had the shoe gift cards, why couldn't they just go buy a pair of shoes?
They wanted lived in shoes. They wanted to like sell your story of how you wear the shoes and like.
Well, whose story are they selling if you're not there to tell it?
Exactly. They literally photographed the shoes.
So what they're saying is she knows how to live in a shoe. She knows how to do in a shoe, but we can't have the face to that shoe.
My face was, I guess, not good enough to be in a shoe ad.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I had to walk back to my car barefoot after I booked it, in quotations, but they wanted the shoes. Oh, yeah.
That seems like some creepy Craigslist shit. You need to call your agent.
You know where else you have to take off your shoes?
I don't have a joke.
At the airport.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, you're right. I thought I was going to have a joke and I didn't. And wow, that was really embarrassing. According to NBCnews.com, this is our first story. A security screener at the New York airport is out of a job after slipping a note to a traveler that read, "You ugly."
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
Like, whoa.
Neil Strassner was going through security checkpoint at Greater Rochester International Airport in late June when the security guard handed him a torn piece of paper with those words scrawled on it.
Strassner said he only recently obtained a copy of the security footage from that day through the Freedom of Information Act. Is this a George Bush classic? The Freedom of Information Act?
How do you mean?
Like, did he make it?
Oh, FIA?
Oh,
Right.
Whoops. This is since 1967.
Yeah, it's how you can petition the government and get, records of things that are going on. It's how we've discovered a lot of like old top secret projects.
Whoa. Okay. Damn, so I'm just dumb as hell. Lyndon B. Johnson coined it. Go figure.
He called the airport and he tried to explain that he wanted the information, and they said that I had to talk to the county, Strassner said on Friday. I called the county and they said it was the only way I could get it was to ask for a Freedom of Information Act request.
So he was at the airport going through TSA, and the TSA person slipped him a note, and he was like, "Okay." And then the TSA person was like, "You gonna open the note?"
He yelled at him. "You gonna open the note?"
I want to see your reaction. Like, basically.
I was more confused than anything, Strassner said. I kind of just looked right through it and thought, that was weird.
So, turns out that this person who's working at the TSA was a contractor from a company called VMD Corporation. It's a security-based company in Virginia. This is something new that I did not know, that our TSA people could be like contractors.
Yeah, this should alarm everyone because they are our sky cops, and the fact that they can be contracted and not government regulated is terrifying.
Like, I was under the impression that to work for the TSA, like, it was like a very strenuous interview process, and like, like they had to go and like they do like home visits to make sure that you can like that you're like sane or all these things. I didn't realize it's like just this is I don't want to get on my pedestal, so you better pull me off, Erica. But there are way too many contractor jobs in this country. Like, people are getting fucked.
I do not disagree.
Down to our airport security, you can't even get someone health insurance for working for the fucking TSA. I don't know. Maybe VMD Corporation does it, but I'm guessing they don't.
I can't disagree. It is a scary proposition to think about. And it makes me lose a little faith in the TSA. As if
Like,
there were any to begin with.
yeah, no kidding. But like are airports private businesses or are these government run?
I believe they're private businesses, but are regulated by the government.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I don't know. I know this isn't the point of the story, but I read this and it kind of was like, is there any sector of any business at this point that isn't trying to get cheaper labor? Like, even our safety on an airplane is subject to cutting corners. Also, I'm talking out of my fucking ass. I don't know, like if that's actually what's happening. All I see is security company based in Virginia contracted through the Transportation Security Administration. So, I mean, that sounds pretty obvious to me. Yeah, I mean, this is just, I don't know. I know this isn't the point of the story, but I read this and it kind of was like, is there any sector of any business at this point that isn't trying to get cheaper labor?
No, this is capitalism, man. It's a bummer.
Like, even our safety on an airplane is subject to cutting corners. Also, I'm talking out of my fucking ass. I don't know, like if that's actually what's happening. All I see is security company based in Virginia contracted through the Transportation Security Administration. So, I mean, that sounds pretty obvious to me.
Well, what's crazy is that they denied his request for the footage and that he finally turned to Reddit once he got the footage and he uploaded it to shame them. And that within 2 hours, the company had contacted him after that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The supervisor from VMD was like, I don't know if that happened. And yeah, you got to use the internet. And then all of a sudden, everything fucking works.
Oh my goodness. He says he flies out of there all the time. They're actually pretty good airport. Out of all the airports I go to in the country, it's actually my favorite.
So there you go. They didn't lose that airport. That private business didn't lose a customer, even though, apparently he's fucking ugly.
Yeah, there's not an image of Mr. Strassner, so we cannot confirm nor deny if he is, in fact, you ugly.
I mean, that is my second point about it, is like, oh, wow, the TSA's contract is also like, how ugly is this guy? Like, I don't know. Maybe the TSA person was flirting.
Ooh, like a little neg?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a good way to flirt, but people do it. What am I talking about? I guess I tease people I like all the time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Am I a bad person?
No, I don't think people like me until they make fun of me or tease me. Yeah, like that's when I know somebody that like truly likes me or is comfortable with me, is when they can like call me out on shit and make fun of me.
Oh, that's cute.
I should talk about that in therapy, but...
Hey, did you get a new therapist yet?
No, we haven't broached the subject.
Got it.
I don't have an appointment tomorrow because I'm getting blood work done.
Oh.
And I thought about just, politely maybe declining the next couple of meetings and then, being passive aggressive about it, and maybe she'll get the hint.
Are you literally like trying to slowly ghost your therapist?
Yes, because I don't have the necessary coping skills to be an adult and say, I don't know if this is working for me.
Erica.
Just why I need the therapy.
No, but you need a different therapist. You don't like her. That's fine. But whatever. We'll save this for therapy. You were going to have a great segue that I interrupted.
Oh, no. It's fine. And segue on.
Speaking of segues, according to the businessinsider.com, Amazon drivers say they had to poop in bags and struggled to change menstrual pads in addition to peeing in bottles. Wow.
Speaking of unchecked capitalism.
Yeah, nice, better.
Amazon delivery drivers say that peeing in bottles and pooping in bags is common on the job. The company's time constraints make it difficult to find time to use the bathroom, drivers say. Amazon denied the peeing in a bottle thing in a tweet this week.
So, what? Oh, and urinating in bottles is not the only inhumane situation that drivers say they face. One driver told the Insider that in addition to peeing in bottles, they regularly had to poop in bags because of the demands in the job. A second driver said they were aware of 2 incidents of bags of poop discovered in delivery vans. Well, then, how the fuck are they having all this time to film TikTok videos where they're dancing with UPS and USPS drivers?
Oh, sounds like somebody's a corporate shill for Amazon.
I'm just asking.
Amazon is known for its strict time constraints and tracking of drivers, most of whom are employed by third-party companies. According to the drivers, those expectations can make it difficult to find time to use the bathroom, despite the company's policy of offering a 30-minute lunch and 2 15-minute breaks.
By the way, something about my voice and cadence sounded a lot like my mom just now, and which is disturbing. But she did want to emphasize, because she texted me this, that she never tried to kill me growing up and slowly poison me like some short fucking story that Erica heard.
Well, then I sincerely apologize to Mama Trashcan. That's not what I meant.
I don't think she's she's not seeking an apology. She loves the show. I think she just wanted to make sure I knew.
Yeah.
So... A delivery driver in the Detroit area said that getting her period was a nightmare because she did not have the time or space to stop and change her menstrual hygiene items. She said several female colleagues called her crying because they leaked through their clothing while working. The driver spoke on the condition of anonymity in order to speak frankly of the situation. It's fucked up.
It's really fucked up. She said, I was forced because I didn't have anywhere to stop to change my pad in the back of the van. She said, I didn't have time to stop somewhere to change it, so I didn't have anywhere to throw it away either. You kind of have to carry the stuff with you. She said that it's inhumane to say the least.
I'm a little confused why this needs to happen. Like, can't Amazon just afford to hire more drivers?
That would cut into their profit-loss ratio. And that would be required of like a decent company. And no, like they won't change unless they unionize.
They've been delivering packages early lately.
Early in the morning?
No, like early, like sooner than I'm expecting them.
Oh, I've also dipped my toe back into Amazon purchasing and received packages in less than 2 days.
Yeah, like the next day kind of stuff. And then I read this and I feel real bad.
It's impossible to escape Amazon because of AWS. Like the way that they make money is through Amazon web hosting.
Uh-huh.
Like they don't make money on the shipping and receiving of goods.
Do they make money on Trashy Trashy?
We don't use them for anything besides our personal spending, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
But it is impossible to escape AWS. Like almost every service that you can think of uses it in some way.
Wait, are we on Audible?
We are on Audible.
Well, there you go. Amazon, baby.
We're part of the problem.
We've been Bezo'd.
We've been Bezo'd.
Shit.
So a side part, and again from the businessinsider.com, is that it was leaked documents reveal how Amazon built a Twitter army to defend itself in a secret project codenamed Veritas.
Yes, Amazon facing a fresh round of scrutiny over the army of warehouse workers it enlisted to defend the company and CEO Jeff Bezos on Twitter against criticism of the company's grueling working conditions. He stepped down, or did he not? Did he say he was going to step down and then not do it?
Beyond my knowledge, I don't know.
Is Jeff Bezos the CEO of Amazon? Is he still the CEO of Amazon? He's stepping down and will take on the new role of executive chairman.
Oh, okay.
Executive chairman.
It's the same. I mean, he just won't be in the day-to-day, but it's a golden parachute. Like, it's the same position.
Andy Jassy to take over in Q3. Cool.
Looking forward to it.
Great.
On Tuesday of this week, The Intercept published leaked documents detailing the program, which Amazon launched in 2018 under the codename Veritas, revealing how Amazon recruited and trained employees to set the record straight, leaving no lie unchallenged, and showing that people who actually know what it's like to work in our FCs love their jobs.
Amazon required the ambassadors to have strong performance background and a clean HR record, to be authentic and have a great sense of humor, and be excited about speaking their mind and rebutting our critics in a polite, blunt way. You'd be good at this job, Erica.
Oh, I would. I mean, I'm no little Nas X. Like, I can't clap back as much as he is this week, but
Sure.
I've got a decent clap back, I would say.
I mean, you're authentic. You have a great sense of humor. You're excited about speaking your mind, and you can rebut critics in a polite and blunt way.
I thank you so much for recognizing me. I should have signed up for Project Veritas.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if you'd be sleeping well at night, but you'd be doing great and probably not get any health insurance for it.
Basically, dozens of Twitter accounts this week portraying themselves as Amazon warehouse employees began responding to new reports that the warehouse and delivery staff have to pee in bottles, or in some cases, defecate in bags. And a lot of those Twitter stories are new accounts with almost no tweets, and they're basically shill accounts, is what it appears.
Wait, so is that to say that it's not true?
Oh, no. Project Veritas did happen, but this week there were new fake accounts that Twitter shut down.
Or it's these actual drivers making accounts to remain anonymous. What's the truth, Erica?
I don't know. Amazon told the New York Times, Karen Weiss, that the account was fake and that it was reported in the account to Twitter.
Amazon has been openly and aggressively anti-union and has deployed a range of union-busting tactics, from pushing company talking points during mandatory midnight education meetings to changing the timing of traffic lights near its facilities. The retail, wholesale, and department store union under which Amazon employees are seeking to organize said the move was employed to stop its members from talking to workers at red lights. What?
Yeah.
How the fuck does Amazon...
They've got the money.
The lights.
They petitioned the city
to get the lights fixed?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Am I so stupid that I'm like, what is the government? Is there government?
It's easily bought and paid for, baby.
I'm sick. TSA is bought and paid for from independent contractors, and Amazon can switch the fucking streetlights?
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to capitalism.
Jesus, I'm the size of a fucking ant, aren't I?
Yep.
Oh,
we
no.
have no impact.
Shit. My stomach's turning. I'm having a existential crisis.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew all of this.
It's those things that you know, but you don't know, you know.
Oh, I know. You know what else I know?
You got to be careful around a hot mic.
Yeah, we are on mic right now, and we got to watch what we say, but you know who didn't?
Who didn't?
According to ABC7.com, hot mic catches Southwest pilot's expletive-filled rant against Bay Area. In San Francisco last week, a Southwest airline pilot was caught on a hot mic making an expletive-filled rant against the Bay Area.
Fuck this place, goddamn liberal fucks. Like 8 guns out here somewhere as it is. Fucking weirdos probably driving around in fucking Hyundais, fucking roads, and shit that goes slow as fuck.
Well, his
What the hell
tirade
does that mean?
I don't know.
Like, I was expecting this rant to have, to make sense.
Yeah, I wish it was like a coherent sentence.
Yeah. Like, fuck this place, goddamn liberal fucks. Got it.
Check.
Like 8 guns out here somewhere as it is.
What is that?
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the marshals, which who the fuck knows who hires them? Like fucking Nestle? I don't know. Whatever. Fucking weirdos probably driving around in fucking Hyundais. That all makes sense. Fucking Hyundais are for weirdos. Fucking roads and shit that go slow as fuck. Was he in traffic in driving a plane?
Exactly. His tirade wasn't broadcast to passengers, but travelers say that the audio is certainly concerning.
I think it's a good thing that the aircraft did not hear that, because I would be very scared to hear a pilot saying that, especially with everything that's been going on, said Judina Trade. What's been going on? The shootings?
I guess so, yeah.
That's fair. Okay. I just didn't know if I missed a terrorist attack while I was, continuing to be a fucking dollar sign in the American machine.
Southern California resident Shane Faulkner told ABC7 News, I think I'd maybe be worried that he was drunk or out of his mind, maybe.
Did you know that pilots can't
get therapy?
Yeah, and like all those things?
Yeah. Which
so
is
they
concerning.
Yeah, so they kill themselves a lot, and then they're also like alcoholics. It's weird, huh?
Allegedly.
Of course, yes. Everything is alleged, you guys.
That's our blanket statement at the top.
You gotta remember that. You're listening to Trashy. A couple of fucking dollar signs. Tiny ones at that.
In the American machine.
Ugh, I want to puke.
You know what calms me down after all of this?
What does?
Watching YouTube cooking shows.
Yes. You know who shouldn't host a YouTube cooking show, though?
Ooh, who shouldn't?
Probably an Italian mafia fugitive.
Ooh, according to NBCnews.com, Italian mafia fugitive caught in Dominican Republic after police find YouTube cooking show.
Hey, guess what? If you're a fugitive, cook for yourself. Maybe write a book under like a different name. Don't make a YouTube cooking show. I'm telling you to my listeners, to any of the trash cans who might have warrants out for their arrest, lay low.
Mafia fugitive was arrested in the Dominican Republic after inadvertently tipping off the police to his culinary hobby.
Oh, sorry. You go.
No, go ahead.
No, because I want to hear you say this Italian name.
After 7 years on the run, Marc Farine Claude Biart was tracked down through a YouTube cooking channel he started with his wife, Italian police said in a statement.
Marc Farine Claude Biart. I don't know. Sorry. That's my bad. The alleged gangster's love for Italian cuisine and tattoo ink made his arrest possible. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Though he carefully hid his face from the videos, Biart failed to disguise his distinctive giveaways, his body tattoos.
He didn't have his face in the... Babe, Mark, if you're not going to even show your fucking face, what he's trying to do, like eater videos where he's just like super sped up?
I guess so, yeah.
Honey, start a blog. What are you thinking?
Police said they believe Biart is a member of the notorious Ndrangheta crime syndicate, one of the most feared and powerful in Europe, from the Calabria region of the toe of the southern Italy's boot-shaped peninsula.
Cute.
He was wanted for allegedly trafficking cocaine from the Netherlands since 2014, police said.
Biart, 53, has been living in the Dominican Republic for the past 5 years, and police have been keeping a low profile. And police said he's been keeping a low profile during his stay in the Caribbean, besides the cooking videos posted to the internet. Come on, you fucking moron. So he made these with his wife, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. Some people just can't help themselves.
I mean, I'm currently rewatching Narcos with my boyfriend about Pablo Escobar.
Sure.
And it blows my mind how much money and power can corrupt someone's mind.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar, I'm learning, not a good guy.
No.
Maybe one of the worst.
Yeah, it's interesting how he's romanticized, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Very bad boy. And Mark, as he was known to locals, was a trafficker and a drug runner and was very, very bad.
Mamma mia. Another Ndrangheta mafia member was arrested in Portugal on Monday. Francisco Pele, who'd been on the run for 14 years, was found at a clinic in Lisbon where he was receiving COVID-19 treatment. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
But made a little bit more sense.
He was accused of ordering the murder of a boss of a rival clan who survived the attack but whose wife died in the ambush. Damn. These are like legit gangsters.
Yeah, like the mafia is like a fucking thing.
Yes, it's a big deal and we should maybe not be talking about it.
I'll say this. I'm curious how good his Italian food is.
Oh, I bet it's amazing.
It's gotta be, because otherwise, why would you share it if it's not the best? And so how cool is it to like flex, like everyone's getting their vaccines, you start having people over again, and you'd be like, now the spaghetti I made you guys, this is actually, this is the one that got him caught. So dig in, and everyone's like, holy shit, this is so good. I'm so glad that he got caught.
I hope the YouTube videos are still up. We'll have to look for them.
They can't be, right?
I mean, they were part of a criminal enterprise, so who knows? But I'll look for them and link them on our social media if I can find them.
I mean, that would be fun. Maybe we can, everyone from Trashy Trashy can make it together.
This is my spaghetti margherita pizza.
Yeah. I mean, in general, just you can tag me in spaghetti photos. That's just any Trashy listener, please send me some spaghetti photos.
Our next story also comes from us across the pond from the BBC.com. Kardashian clones. Teacher who was struck off remains defiant.
So, a teacher who was struck off, which means fired, after mocking pupils for dressing like Eastern European prostitutes and Kardashian clones, has defended himself and says he has no regrets.
Alexander Price, 43, was found guilty of professional misconduct for his anonymous blog about the annual prom in Dinbing High School in North Wales.
So Mr. Price cannot work again as a teacher for 2 years, which he later says in the article he didn't plan on being a teacher ever again. But he had a blog called The Provoked Pedagogue. That's pedagogue?
Yeah, what a pretentious fuck.
No shit. The Provoked Pedagogue, which, a pedagogue is a teacher, especially a strict or pedantic one. Thanks, Google.
So he claims that pupils snorted cocaine at the school prom, which he said was more important to the pupils and the school than the education and exam results.
Once he got wind that the school found out that he had the Provoked Pedagogue blog, the anonymous blog, he took it down. And he offered to resign, but they said, no resignation, sir. We will be firing you instead and telling everybody what you said. And he thinks that that's kind of stupid because he was like, if I would have resigned, nobody would have had to read what I wrote. But now everyone is reading it and whatever. I don't give a fuck, basically.
Yeah, I'm all for teachers being able to do what they want on their personal time. I don't think that teachers have to be 24/7. But when you're talking about students, that's what I have the problem about.
Yeah, if you really, I don't know, make your influence. I'm not a teacher. I don't know how hard it is. I imagine it's pretty fucking hard. So forgive me. But, the influence and your opinions about these students can maybe be channeled into the learning.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, your attitude would definitely permeate, penetrate.
I don't know.
Penetrate to the students,
I have a friend who's a teacher at an LAUSD, and he does say that, there's a lot of things that are just kind of frustrating and feel a little hopeless, which I understand. But, he doesn't have a blog about it. He just talks to his friends about it, and then lets it go.
Yeah, he just bitches in private.
Yeah. So anyways, he said that if you read the blog in its entirety, it makes the absolute opposite points that the school claims that it does, and that they cherry pick the comments to make the case against him. And then when asked if he should apologize, he said, absolutely not. I have no regrets.
No regrets.
You know who might have some regrets?
Ooh, our next story?
Yes, according to theguardian.com, French monks locked down with 2.8 tons of cheese pray for buyers. Why you make so much cheese?
The French monastery in the heart of Burgundy has launched an emergency online sale to get rid of thousands of artisanal cheeses, which are languishing in its cellars as COVID-19 keeps away buyers.
The Citeaux Abbey, just south of Dijon, birthplace of the Ciceronian classique. Sorry, I will stop. Usually sells its raw milk, semi-soft discs only to restaurants or visitors of its on-site shop. But since the drop of demand with the coronavirus crisis erupted last year, the Abbey's 19 Trappist monks, they've got 4,000 cheeses too many and a 2.8-ton problem.
We tried explaining to our 75 cows that they needed to produce less milk, but they don't seem to understand, said Brother Jean-Claude, in charge of marketing for the monastery, which was founded in 1098.
A great year. Hey, do you remember when I threw up at that monastery in Barcelona?
I do.
We had to take this like train thing up a mountain, and here's a hot tip for anyone traveling with me. A, I get a little nauseous with jet lag. B, I get a lot nauseous with altitude. You put the two together, and I'm gonna throw up at a big church. So,
plus a night of heavy drinking the night before.
Oh, sure. But like, there's just no way that had anything. Because I didn't drink enough to like puke.
Yeah.
I drank enough to, say hola to Barcelona.
Oh, man. Their sales are down nearly 50%, he said, with French restaurants still closed since October 30th as the authorities try to stifle a third wave of cases. We need to clear out our stock.
The Monk's Cheese won the silver medal last year at an international food and drink competition in Lyon, a bastion of France's culinary heritage. I would like, when I read this, I was like, I kind of want to buy this fucking cheese.
Oh, yeah. The monks have teamed up with internet startup Divine Box, which sells products made by abbeys in France and elsewhere, with the goal of selling at least a ton of cheese by Tuesday. The minimum order is 2 wheels at about 20 euros each, plus shipping.
According to the site, 700 kilograms have already been ordered. We're going to make it, Jean-Claude says.
Should we hold a raffle? If we make it to 100 reviews in April, we will send you a wheel of said cheese.
Wow. Wait. We're talking iTunes reviews, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
How many do we have right now?
86.
14 more reviews. And we're just going to raffle off
the next 14 reviews to break 100.
I mean, damn.
I'll do it. I'll do it for the reviews.
That's exciting. I mean, we got to get this cheese.
It sounds amazing. And it's
the minimum is 2 wheels. So what we could do is we get 1 wheel for us, like to share together, when we're vaccinated fully. Because, Erica and I got a little bit of that in our veins already.
I got a little vax in me.
Ooh. I got a lot of vax in me. It's really exciting. And then, the other wheel goes to you, listener. Whoever gets raffled off in the next 14 reviews.
So go to iTunes and review this podcast for a chance to get a fucking wheel of this amazing French monk-blessed cheese.
Can I say something also? If you've already left a review and you're like, damn, I want in that raffle, get your mom or your partner who doesn't even listen to the podcast to review it.
Mhm.
and then reach out to us at trashypodcast@gmail.com or something, or Instagram, and say, hey, user this, that's my mom.
Mhm.
I want in the raffle.
Yeah.
And then you're in the raffle.
Then you're in the raffle.
I want this cheese. You know what I do not want?
Ooh. Our next story is sent in by Adam. Thank you so much, Adam. How do you
Thank
feel
you.
about a pork, corn, and wheat slurry mixed into a loaf?
This is almost making me sicker than being a dollar sign.
Don't turn up your snout. Scrapple Trail celebrates love it or loathe it breakfast meat.
Scrapple, the breakfast meat made with pig parts, not often talked about, like snouts, livers, and hearts, a thick layer of cornmeal mush, and sprinkles of herbs and spices, is not for everyone. But devout Scrapple fans are steadfast in their belief that these grayish, brick-like blocks of mystery meat are better than bacon and maybe even more satisfying than sausage. Wow.
Ooh, ooh. It's a local delicacy, it sounds like. And no more proof is needed than a quick scroll through the Scrapple Trail, a year-old public Facebook page that now counts more than 7,200 members.
Scrapple haters, don't yuck on this regional yum. The Scrapple Trail Facebook page celebrates and sings a passionate love song for the porky loaf that admirers seem to like best when it's sliced, fried until crisp, but still has a tender center. Okay, I'm looking at a picture of it. It just looks like a piece of sausage. This article is describing it disgusting.
Disgusting.
Like grayish loaf brick. It just looks like a piece of, like, if you get a sausage in a circle, not a link, a circle. It's
patty.
just the same shit. Yeah, a patty. Like, these just look like rectangular patties.
Started as a lark by 3 Maryland residents, Clayton Mitchell, Bunky Luffman, and Robert Zimmeroff, who serve as its administrators.
God, imagine having the name Bunky.
I had questions about Bunky immediately.
Like, I'm Bunky, short for bunker. It's a family name.
My parents were really into the end of the world, and so I was named Bunker.
I was born in a bunker, and my parents were running out of oxygen, so they just named me Bunker.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't want to yuck somebody's yum. But it sounds...
Now that I've looked at a picture of it,
yeah,
I would eat this. However, we need to talk about branding, because what is a hot dog if not Scrapple?
Ooh, when you put it like that, you're right.
Of course. I mean, hot dogs are made of fucking bullshit. And hot dogs are awesome. I don't even think twice when I'm at a baseball game and they go, would you like a hot dog?
Oh, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Do you want the all beef or just the regular? And I'm like, which one's cheaper? Okay. The one with all the meat scraps? Let me shove this in my mouth. So I think I'm just having an issue with the name Scrapple.
It's the wheat slurry in there with it that makes it kind of questionable to me as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's like cornmeal in it. But I mean, I don't... Look, with everything we've learned about capitalism today, you tell me there's not cornmeal in an all beef hot dog or a regular hot dog or like a sausage patty that you buy frozen or fucking just no. I'm sorry. Like, they're putting everything in everything. Scrapple is probably totally fucking normal, just has a shitty name, and a bunch of old Bunky and Clayton and Robert are the only ones brave enough.
Yeah, it sounds like after everything that you've learned today, you could use an emotional support animal, Cass.
Yeah, what do you think I should get?
Well, dogs are kind of in vogue, but what about an emotional support python?
That sounds fucking awful.
According to Fox 10 News, a police in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, is performing a DUI stop on Wednesday when they encountered an unusual passenger in one driver's car.
He had an emotional support python sitting in the passenger seat, minding its damn business. Its head was reaching towards the glove compartment, and the cops took a picture of it with it.
Yeah. According to the website emotionalsupportanimalco.com, there's a compelling case for why snakes might, surprisingly enough, be the perfect pet for the role.
Snakes are relatively easy to care for and need to be fed infrequently. They are naturally hypoallergenic since they don't have hair or fur. They're very quiet, making them ideal to bring to public places. And additionally, their tendency to wrap and coil themselves around people can feel extremely comforting, almost like a hug. Is this a fucking joke? No, it's Newsweek. What the What?
Yeah.
Oh,
almost like a hug.
It's like when millennials are just like, bring me death. They're like, try a python.
Snakes are hardly the only exotic creatures to be adopted as emotional support animals. In 2020, article covering airlines' regulations of animals on planes, The Guardian reported that the category of emotional support pet has been expanded far beyond the typical dog or cat.
According to the article, Delta noted that passengers attempted to fly with comfort turkeys, gliding possums known as sugar gliders, snakes, and spiders. And the practice has caused controversy, leading to multiple airlines limiting the types of animals that are permitted on board. I have some bad opinions about this.
Ooh.
I say bad just because I do think that, emotional support animals and what they're allowed to get away with might be detrimental to actual working, I shouldn't say actual working service animals. Like
Right.
dogs.
A big difference between service animals and emotional support animals.
Yes, if there's a dog whose job is to smell the child that they're with who might have a seizure, and the dog becomes distracted because someone has brought a turkey onto an airline or into a restaurant, or just another dog that is not trained around, then you're putting this child or a blind person or whomever needs the service animal, putting their life at risk because you're putting their life at risk because you would like to have an emotional support animal with you at all times. And I'm not knocking it. Some people really have anxiety and that really helps them. But I do believe there is some abuse of the system.
Yes.
And so that makes it really hard to have a lot of sympathy for a lot of things when it's if you have a lot of anxiety and you've got a dog that makes you feel better, and bringing the dog to restaurants really helps you with crowd anxiety. And then you see that someone else in the corner has brought their dog and claimed it's an emotional support animal, but it won't behave, and they just brought it because they just brought it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's got to be
a bad apple
annoying.
ruins the bunch.
Yeah, and a bad apple unfortunately gets the most attention, and so I don't see the use of a comfort turkey, and I don't think that snakes are giving hugs.
Gobble gobble.
So I don't know. I think it's just people finding a way to get a free plane ticket for their animal. But again, that's a controversial opinion, and I'm not trying to come down on people who actually need emotional support animals. I do believe that there's some legitimacy there.
Yeah, I agree. But again, a few bad apples ruin the perception of everyone.
Totally. And I mean, it's not illegal to drive it with a snake in your passenger seat, is it?
I don't think so in Florida. I think it's
he just
encouraged.
got pulled over because he got a DUI. That's easy, which also so rude. You're gonna pull someone over for a DUI and then be like, we're gonna arrest you. Can we pose with your snake first?
Can we take a picture with your snake?
Fucking ridiculous.
You know what else is ridiculous?
What?
Well, spring is upon us, and it's my favorite season. According to a tweet from the Sarah York on Twitter, she said, it's almost prom season, which means another round of posts of thoroughly unhinged men holding guns next to their teenage daughter and her date.
Yeah, I mean, this is really chaotic. So there's like a bunch of pictures of like people posing their prom photos, and then like, you know, like obviously the threatening thing of like, dad, like if you do something to my daughter, I'll kill you.
I can't take that like concept and protection of virginity, and I've got to perform this, performative masculinity and have a gun and threaten you. It's like, I mean, it makes for great content, but like, I can't fucking imagine what's going through that young man and that young woman's mind, or that same-sex couple or non-binary couples. Like, I just can't. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's just like, maybe they think it's, obviously they think there's kind of something, there's cheekiness and like that it's kind of funny, but it's still kind of just like, it's just such a vibe. Like, you know, like I'm looking, like there's one, and this guy, the dad has his arm around his daughter who's looking at him like, dad. And he's like got a handgun, like positioned probably intentionally in front of her prom date's penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the gun is pointing down, but the gun is in front of this kid's dick. And it's like, it's just, okay, like cool. And there's another one where like the guns are just pointing at the date.
Yeah. Like it's like, it's not even super clever. It's just like, there's an attempt to be cheeky, but I just don't think these are funny.
I like the prom photos where there's a dog taking a shit in the background.
Those are the best.
This is much, much better, and a much better way to, you know, hold on to a memory.
Did you go to prom?
Opinion.
Did you go to prom?
I went to prom 3 times, Erica.
Ooh.
Yeah, no big deal, no big deal. But I went my freshman year, I went my junior year, and I went my senior year.
Ooh, brag.
I know. Yeah. I went to prom on the Universal Studios back lot.
That's fun.
Yeah. I went to 2 proms there, and then one prom there and then 2 at the Skirball Museum. It was one or the other, and one way or another. But yeah, it's weird going to high school in Burbank and going to prom on a back lot.
Yeah. I bet there was
Did you
some
go?
interesting hair. Oh yeah, I went to prom. I was invited to multiple outside school proms, like other schools' proms, but I couldn't attend due to, various circumstances. I remember I got invited to a prom where MTV was filming A True Life, and I got invited to be in the limo with the True Life people, and I could have been on MTV. But it was the same weekend as my hometown prom. So my parents were like, no, you can't go to another school's prom.
Dang it.
Yeah. Oh, man. I bet there were some interesting hairstyles at your prom.
Well, I mean, it was the mid-2000 or late aughts, 2008. So a lot of scene kids, a lot of side bangs, or, sometimes we'll cut our own hair and then it kind of looks like a mullet.
Oh, really? Well, you know where mullets are banned.
According to news.com.au, it looks like Trinity College in Perth.
Yeah, they labeled them unacceptable.
I think this is Ted Cruz's fault.
An elite private boys' school in Perth has banned an iconic Australian hairstyle, labeling it untidy and not acceptable.
Trinity College in Perth outlined their ban on the retro haircut in its recent newsletter. It is without reservation that the college sets clear requirements that ensure health and safety, as well as setting a high standard for personal presentation.
The current trend of growing the hair at the back of the head, I love that this article's like, we need to explain what a mullet is, just in case. The current trend of growing the hair at the back of the head and or closely cropping the sides of the head to accentuate the mullet style are untidy, non-conventional, and not accepted at Trinity College, as are the trend of long hair and fringes.
The college expectations on hairstyles can be found on page 18 of the student diary. Just FYI.
Thank you. So, you know what? I was flipping through my Trinity College handbook recently, and I couldn't find it, so that's good to know. Students are also not permitted to have rat tails, top knots, mohawks, extra long fringes, or any other non-conventional style cuts, the rules state.
Jeez, man. That's so, like, weird. Let us express ourselves.
Hey, man, it's, business in the front, party in the back.
No parties there. Apparently, in February, Waverly College in Sydney also forbade the mullet, and the school's deputy principal, Patrick Brennan, told the Daily Telegraph at the time that the mullet haircut trending at present is not acceptable, and students will be directed to the local barber or their preferred hairstylist to rectify any issues.
I mean, I'm pro mullet personally.
Really?
I love a mullet. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's like intentional. I love a mullet.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely like had one on accident. Like I said, we were cutting our own hair a lot, or like, a friend would cut our hair or whatever. But like outside of a scene kid mullet, I've never seen a mullet that I liked, except my friend's fiance. Shout out to Ashley Snyder. Because it's quarantine, everyone's hair is growing out, and he has very, very curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of they kind of cut and shaved his hair into a mullet for a second, and it was cool. And then he was like, okay, I'm over this.
Yeah.
Like you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah. Winston's been keeping the side short, but he's growing out the top, and he has a little top knot now.
Oh, fun.
He's very proud of his top knot.
How cute. Yeah. My partner's bald.
Oh, that's cute too. Okay.
Yeah, it's very cute. I mean, he braids his pubes, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Winston doesn't have any. No.
Ooh, sassy. You know what's crazy is that he'll have friends listen to this podcast. Everyone, like, he'll just bring up that I'm on a podcast. And I feel like the episode that they keep always listening to, and I don't know why it's this one, is I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where when I was like, why are you trash this week? The reason I was trash is because I got drunk with my cousins in Colorado and started shit with him. Yeah. And I'm like, are you directing them? Because he's like, oh, so-and-so listen to your podcast. And they're like, ooh, that was weird. And I'm like, are you telling them this episode? That was like fucking 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Now like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And they keep finding that one. So, like, I don't know what the title of that one is or whatever, but, like, it's killing me right now.
It's amazing. You know what else is amazing?
What?
According to CNN.com, a bar in England has converted itself to a church.
That's amazing.
Well, I think to get around the country's laws... I would sign up to go to church.
I see. Mm-hmm. So the Romans had Bacchus, the Greeks had Dionysus, and the Aztecs, well, they had Tenochtitlan, a hard-drinking gang of 400 rabbit gods.
The bunnies haven't had many prayers sent their way in recent years, but in 2020 being what it is, a tequila bar in Nottingham, England is trying to change that and rescue its business at the same time.
So as England left its second national lockdown on December 2nd and entered a system of tiered restrictions, Nottingham falls into the higher risk tier 3 category, which mandates that hospitality venues remain closed other than for delivery and takeaway. Wow, so they christened their church, the Church of 400 Rabbits, which is an Aztec-themed bar and an extensive tequila menu, and pending application to Nottingham's Registrar General of becoming a place of worship. Wow.
Yeah, I mean they're skirting a loophole in England's COVID-19 rules. So, having posted off an application to certify the place of meeting for religious worship under the Places of Worship Registration Act of 1855, the bar is now seeking congregants through its website.
We did a story about a church that was pretending to be a strip club in order to stay open, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Becoming a bunny believer is free, but at €10, that contribution means that you're ordained as a reverend of the righteous rabbits with a complimentary t-shirt as your official robes. Man, they don't seem to be trying that hard to actually become a real church.
Oh, I disagree. I'm going to get you a shirt if I can.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We're going to become ordained through this church of 400 rabbits.
Can we marry people?
In the church's name, I say so. I declare it so.
Great. The owner, James Aspel, isn't hopeful that Nottingham's powers that be will look beneficially on his bar's application, but it's a tongue-in-cheek effort to shine a light on the ridiculousness of the government's new tier system and how contradictory the rules are.
It's been really tough, he says, arguing that the government insists on these restrictions, but then the financial support isn't there.
Even if we moved down to tier 2, we wouldn't be able to open without serving a substantial meal, pointing to the whole Scotch egg fiasco, which is played out in the UK media this week, which, a Scotch egg is a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage meat and breadcrumbs, and it's now been declared a substantial meal by the UK cabinet. Okay? That's a debacle for the UK, I suppose.
I believe a pub called the Caxton Arms is trying some loophole trickery of its own, serving a beer named Substantial Meal in attempt to bypass the tier 2 restrictions.
They have those kinds of restrictions here in California, which I think that have been lifted recently. But I know at breweries, they have to serve food in order to serve beer, but wineries are not the same or something because Gavin Newsom doesn't own breweries.
Damn, she said it. First we go after the mob, then we go after Gavin Newsom. Is there anyone that we won't go after?
Ugh, I'm staying away from Florida moms.
For sure. According to our next story from Fox10Phoenix.com, Florida mom and teen daughter arrested after hacking student accounts to cast homecoming votes.
Pensacola, Florida, in the Florida Panhandle. State law enforcement officers said an assistant principal and her teen daughter are facing charges after hacking into students' accounts to cast votes in order for the 17-year-old to be crowned as homecoming queen. Sheesh.
Florida Department of Law Enforcement announced they arrested the 50-year-old Laura Rose Carroll and her daughter. Both live in Pensacola. Investigators say they cast 246 votes at Tate High School's homecoming court election.
The teen was named homecoming queen back in October. In the following month, FDLE began investigating when the school district contacted the state to report the unauthorized access into student accounts.
Oh, snap. I mean, is it that important to be homecoming queen?
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
to them,
I guess it was, but this is just so fuckery. This is the mom projecting and needing.
That's what I feel like it is more. Cause I'm maybe this isn't, it was important to this girl, to be popular and to be the homecoming queen, but that shit didn't even cross my mind as a possibility when I was, going to homecoming and prom and, Sadie Hawkins or whatever. It was just I'm not even going to try. I'm not even nominated. No one even would nominate me. But can't you just break the crown and give it out to everybody like they did in Mean Girls?
Well, basically what happened is she worked for the school and she accessed students' Focus accounts. And Carol had district level access. And they noticed that 117 votes originated from the same IP address within a short period of time.
Ugh, you're not being clever enough.
You gotta be smart about it.
Wow, they fucking arrested them.
Yeah.
For this.
Because she tampered with
school records.
School records. That's unlawful use of two-way communication device, criminal use of personal identifiable information, and conspiracy to commit these offenses.
Holy shit. So the mother was arrested. The daughter was also taken to juvenile detention. Is that fair?
If she was a part of it, I guess so.
But she's 17. I don't like the idea of juvenile detention centers in general, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I don't think that there's a lot to learn in there, but I also understand that there are definitely, there's people under 18 who are committing major fucking crimes. So sure, don't put them in adult prison, but you're 17 and you're going to juvie because your mom helped you steal homecoming queen.
What are
Isn't
you
it?
in for?
Yeah, like, okay, this is going to be a weird parallel. Barry Bonds.
Okay.
He was, at his time, one of the best baseball players playing. Turns out he was on steroids. Barry Bonds will never be inducted into the Hall of Fame of Baseball because he cheated. That is more damning to Barry Bonds to always be associated with the fact that he cheated, than probably anything in Barry Bonds' life. So for this girl who's 17 who wanted to be homecoming queen that fucking bad, and then everyone finds out that you fucking stole it and your mom's in jail for it, isn't that enough? Isn't that enough?
Well, I mean, they've only been arrested and taken in, so they could get, she might not be convicted.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I on the controversial side of everything that we've been talking about today?
I don't say so.
Am I being spicy?
Ooh, you know what? You've been stung by capitalism.
Yeah.
And your brain is all spinning.
I'm hurting, I want things to be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of arrests, court convictions, it's time for our dumpster fire of the week.
Get me Coach on the phone.
Real Housewives star Jen Shah charged in massive fraud money laundering scheme.
You knew we were going to do it, listeners, because this is the one Housewives franchise that I watch, and this is Erica Curry's, show as much as it is anybody's. So we have to talk about this. This is fucking crazy.
This is like a 7 episode or 7, I saw a tweet that said this is a 7 season arc completed in 1.5 seasons.
I mean, honestly, again, I didn't know the shows very much, but this has been the one season that I watched, everyone's that was a perfect season of Housewives. You don't understand. There was a wedding halfway through the first episode. Salt Lake City is a perfect Housewives franchise. And I really enjoyed the shit out of it. And now one of them is getting arrested. Oh my God. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Well, what did Jen Shah do?
Federal prosecutors allege Jen Shah ran a telemarketing scheme that defrauded hundreds of victims for years.
Oh, no.
She was indicted out of the 2nd District in New York, which is where Manhattan is. And this is what I'll say about the 2nd District of New York. They don't fucking play.
Is that what it's called? The 2nd District of New York?
Yes, the federal district that she was convicted out of. Because she wasn't charged in Utah. She was indicted out of New York.
Whoa. Are those the people who are going after Trump also?
I think so. They've got their shit in a row. Their ducks are in order. This is a huge deal. She faces up to 30 years in prison on the fraud and money laundering conspiracy charges. Prosecutors allege she ran a year-long telemarketing scheme to defraud hundreds of people, many over 55.
So she faces up to 30 years in prison on the wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy charges. That would be fucking crazy if she did 30 years in prison, because she wouldn't be on the show anymore. Or what do they do? What do they do when someone goes to jail?
Well, what happened is allegedly they were filming. So allegedly what happened is they're on a cast trip to Vail, and Jen gets a text message and then says, Coach Shah, her husband, is in the hospital. I have to go. She leaves. 5 minutes later, the feds bust into the filming looking for her. Yeah, cameras are rolling. Feds bust in.
My God.
And they allegedly have footage of the Bravo stars, her co-stars, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, being interrogated or questioned by the feds. And she was indicted yesterday.
Serving looks.
She had just had fresh glam done that morning.
Of course, she got the glam squad. Box
Braids, which are very inappropriate, as she is Tongan, not black. And cameras were rolling.
I'm so excited.
If Bravo,
I shouldn't be. I mean, this is fucked up. You know what? Fuck it. I am excited because she's a scam artist and put herself out there for our amusement and also is getting busted. This is a good thing that's happened.
Yeah.
There's the government.
Yeah, that's the government stepping in. She portrays herself as a wealthy and successful business person on a reality television show. And she allegedly has been generating and sold lead lists of innocent individuals of other members of the scheme to repeatedly scam. So basically what happens is when you sign up to a website and you put in, your phone number, your address, your things like that, a lot of times those websites sell them, and they shouldn't, but they do. And what Jen's company was doing was selling leads list, illegally bought leads, and selling them to telemarketers, which again target predominantly people over 55.
Not telemarketers, scam ones.
Right.
Because a telemarketer could just be selling something.
Well, scam telemarketers. Yeah.
Yeah. This is bananas. You're doing this and you still sign up for the fucking show?
It's fucking wild, dude.
She's very, very rich, and you did wonder, you're like, is all the money, like, what does she do for a living? She's got 6 fucking assistants and a whole, like, makeup team and glam squad is what she calls them. And, like,
Shah Squad.
The Shaw Squad, and and all her husband is like a football coach or something, and you're like, how does she make this much money? And then on the one of the reunions, she said, my background is in direct response marketing for about 20 years. So our company does advertising. We have a platform that helps people acquire customers. So when you're shopping online or on the internet and something pops, we have the algorithm behind why you're getting served that ad. That all sounds legit, but nah.
This
is just nuts. And so there was another housewife that got arrested, right?
Teresa Giudice.
Obviously on different things and like a long time ago. But like, is Teresa still in jail?
No, she is out of prison.
How long was she in for?
I think she went in for like 18 months.
And what did they do while she was in there?
So the judge allowed for her husband, who was also convicted, to stay out. She served her sentence first. And then when she got out, he went in so that their children would have a parent at home.
Like that's what they did for Lori Loughlin and whoever Lori Loughlin is married to.
Mm-hmm.
So weird how privilege can get you these special sentences for your, the well-being of your children.
Money.
Yeah. Do you think Coach Shah knew?
That's what is blowing my mind, because he used to be a lawyer. Up until 2012, he was a lawyer.
Oh, I did not know that about Shah.
Yeah, I this is all what I learned yesterday in my research, aka refreshing Twitter every 15 seconds.
Holy shit.
So I hope he didn't know, because I think he's a good man.
I mean, or he plays one on TV.
Or he plays a damn good one on TV. So
Sheesh.
So yesterday, her sentencing, not the sentencing, but the trial the court case that happened yesterday actually had to be postponed, because so many Bravo fans were flooding the website, because those are public hearings, and the judge had to ask them to mute over and over again. And it was a bunch of Bravo fans calling in, so they had to postpone that to a later day.
Were you on?
No. I'm not that big of a garbage can, but if I would have known about it, hell yes, I would have listened in.
Oh my God.
So stay tuned. This is a developing story. PR reps for Jen Shah had no comment on her arrest.
This is so good.
She better get a goddamn good lawyer.
I know this is real people's lives, so I should be this amused. But also, like, if you're running a dirtbag company and you get punished for it, like, I think I should be allowed to enjoy it.
Absolutely. So, Cass,
what's up?
Are you hoarding anything?
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm hoarding? It's something simple. I'm hoarding. Just do your fucking nails. Paint your nails.
They look great.
Thank you. They were chipped to shit before, but I sat down, I did some self-care, and I painted them, and I did little designs, and I don't even know how to do designs, but I did my best. And, boys, girls, our non-binary siblings, if it makes you happy, paint your nails because it feels real good and it feels really pretty. And I think we should all feel that way.
I bought a nail dip kit during quarantine where you put a solution on your nail, then dip it into powder.
Yeah.
And it came out so bad. I spent like $100 on this kit, and I bought all these colors because I was like, I'm just going to do my nails at home from here on out. I don't need salons anymore because I haven't had my nails done in a year.
Right.
Because of the pandemic. And so that's the biggest fucking waste of money I've ever had. Nail boo.
I don't like
fuck
dip.
Off.
Yeah, it looks hard to do. I'm shocked.
It's hard.
You like, holy shit.
It's very hard, so it can fuck right off.
What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding a TLC show called Seeking Sister Wife.
Oh boy.
Okay, so my love is Sister Wives on TLC. It's about the Brown family, Cody Brown and his 4 wives, and they all fucking hate each other, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
Well, we're in the 3rd season of Seeking Sister Wife, where people are living a polygamous lifestyle and they are looking to add a sister wife. So it's like the courting process. And most of them are not religious. They're just looking to add an additional wife and live the plural lifestyle.
Does this ever go the other way around where a woman has multiple husbands?
There was a series, but it was pretty obvious that the men were homosexuals.
I mean,
and one of them came out afterwards and was like, yeah, I did not care. Like, I did not care about her.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But it's predominantly polygamy is predominantly a male with multiple wives.
Polygamy different from polyamory?
Yes. Polyamory is just having multiple partners, but I believe polygamy is the marriage element.
Weird. Oh, here it is on Google. Polygamy versus polyamory. In short, polyamory is having the it's literally the exact same that you just said. Wow, you're incredible. All right.
I love Seeking Sister Wives. I want to be a sister wife. Are you kidding me? Like half the time you get to have alone time and then somebody else does the dishes. Like that sounds incredible.
Erica, what if you're the one who has to do the dishes and you're lonely?
It's my night to do the dishes.
You're bananas. You're bananas and you're lying to my fucking face.
Are you throwing anything away?
I have a correction, actually.
Okay.
Last week I threw out Disney Plus. I thought it was a shit app, and I fucking meant it, and I was mad. And I finally got so mad that I called Disney Plus. And you know what? They fixed all the problems.
Wow.
So Disney Plus is great. All hail King Mickey Mouse 666.
Sounds like you're a corporate shill for Disney Plus now.
Aren't we fucking all? I am throwing out anyone who has any sort of beef or hate with anyone who's transgendered.
Get
a fucking life.
Get a fucking life.
Get a fucking life. Like literally, you got to knock it off. I've been controversial enough on this podcast, but I don't feel a damn thing saying if someone says that they are a certain gender or that they are not, you just do what they tell you, and you do not question their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
You do not question anything.
Mm-hmm.
People, their pronouns and their gender is what they fucking say it is, and shut the fuck up. Yes. You think they haven't thought it through?
Yeah, this is not a whim. Like, this is someone's identity.
Yes. So I'm throwing that shit out. I'm throwing out any hate towards people who are transgender. You need to fuck right off
Thank you so much. I
and
appreciate
grow
that.
up.
Yep.
What are you throwing out?
I'm throwing away haters on Lil Nas X.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like, they just came out with Montero, Call Me By Your Name,
Uh-huh.
and it's a fucking bop.
Yep.
And they came out with the, quote, controversial music video that is a piece of art. It's fucking beautiful. They made a joke selling these Satan shoes, these Nike Satan shoes, and churches and people are like, I'll never listen to you ever again. My child will never listen to Old Town Road again. Like, fuck right off.
Fine.
Fine. Every time you say you're not going to listen, I'm just going to listen again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to listen harder. I'm going to buy more merch. For everyone boycotting, it just makes me want to support even harder.
Love it. I will say this as well. Support Asian businesses right now. There are Chinatowns around the country who are suffering, and that is a good place to put your money right now. Support progressive causes, and maybe we won't all be fucking dollar signs someday.
I'm snapping. Yes.
What a fucking wreck.
Yeah. We stand with our Asian siblings and stop the hate.
Please, my God. Getting out of control. I should throw that out too. It just happens to be Transgender Visibility today, the day that we're recording. Mm-hmm. So, it was on my mind.
We are recording on Wednesday this week, whereas we normally record over the weekend. So if anything happens between April 1st and April 5th when this podcast comes out, we'll cover it next time.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that the next 5 days are not the trashiest days that have ever been. But, sometimes that happens.
Where can people find you?
At Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter, and every Tuesday night on the Nooner Podcast on the Smodcast Network. Where can they find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram and Gilligal on Twitter. And you can find this podcast at Trashy Trashy Pod on Instagram and Twitter, or you can email us at trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com. You can also visit us at www.trashytrashypodcast.com, where there is a little button that you can send in stories. And that's how Adam submitted their listener story this week.
Love it. Thank you so much. We love when our listeners send in stories. You guys are so great about it. Less work, And
we love it when you tell us why you're trash, even if it's in like private DMs. We love it. It
yes.
warms our little hearts.
Yes. All right. Well, we got a cheese contest.
100 reviews in April, and you could win
by the end of April.
By the end of April, and you could win a wheel of French cheese. By the way, if it's at 100 and you still want in that raffle, and you want to be 101, 102, 103, 104, you're in the fucking raffle. You're in the raffle. It counts. It counts. French fucking cheese. I mean, this is huge. This is like divine cheese. We were trying to get to 100 reviews so we could get lip injections, and the people were like, we can't even fucking see your faces. This is a podcast. You can taste some cheese. Hey, Cass. What's going on, girl? Stay garbage. You stay garbage, girl. I will. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.